Hey everyone, it's Julian, and today we're going to be talking about something really important that not enough people are talking about. Spotify and YouTube are literally robbing us of our money, and today I'm going to be talking about this issue, bringing light to it, and also talking to you about some ways that you can solve this problem for yourself and still make a pretty good living off of your career. So definitely stick around to the end. Before I get started, definitely check out my website, electronicsamples.com, as well as my lessons, track finishing, and ghost production. All the info for those, as well as my email, is at the top of the description, so definitely check those out. It's really a great way to support me, help keep me going, so I can keep bringing you guys videos like this that we've all been wanting. Thanks for the support, everybody, and let's dive in. Alright, so the first point I want to talk about here is these companies are taking in millions and millions of dollars every year. And if you look at the actual payouts of what you get, it's like fractions of a cent. I mean, Spotify, it's like below fractions of a cent. And YouTube, it's really not much better, you know? And it's crazy if you think about it, because we're the people that are making the content that all this money is coming in off of. Like, yes, they set up the platform. Yes, they do, administrative stuff. But those platforms are nothing without the content and without the people that we drive to them through our art. So it's like, how can they pay us this? Like, this is crazy. Again, they're not the ones making the content. They made a platform, and we're the ones that they're actually monetizing with that. And I know it costs to run these companies. Okay, whatever. You gotta have staff. You gotta pay for like websites and all that. But man, it doesn't cost that much. Like, what? Like, it doesn't cost this much that they're charging and that they're taking from us. Because essentially, if you look at it this way, they're basically charging us our money. Like, if that money is coming in, let's say they have ads on our music or on our YouTube videos, well, that's our money, right? Like, that's the money that we made. And it doesn't cost them that much that they're taking from that to run these companies. So it's like, where's the money even going? Like, what is it? I mean, I think it's going to executives, and it's going to CEOs, and it's going to salaries and stuff for high up people. But man, it doesn't cost that much money, especially when it's our money that's generated off of our art that we're creating. Now, I think something happened a few years ago that really kind of made this, come to light with YouTube, which was that whole Adpocalypse, right? If you guys remember, a lot of YouTubers were making a lot of money off of ads every month. Like, I'm talking about 5 figures. Like, I would see people talking about how they made like 40,000 in 1 month just off of having daily YouTube videos, right? And what happened was a lot of channels that weren't really family friendly were getting ads for like these big companies on their videos, and they were making a lot of money off of that. But then the big companies started to realize, like, I think Pepsi was one of the first ones that said, like, oh, well, you can't put our ads on these things that we don't like, that we don't want our brand to be associated with. So YouTube kind of pulled out and said, okay, well, now we have to be really careful with family friendly and all of that. But what happened was, I think they kind of used it as an excuse to stop paying as much to everybody, because even family-friendly channels get hit. I mean, in my case, like, I have a very good amount of subscribers, I have a good amount of views, and it's completely family-friendly. Like, there's nothing about my videos that should be demonetizable, and I still make, like, nothing off YouTube ads. And again, I think what happened was they had that whole Adpocalypse, like, the whole thing that happened, and then they just took it and ran with it. They're like, great, now we don't have to pay people as much. And, I get it. Like, it's, if you're choosing to put your content on these platforms, they can do whatever they want with it. But it's like, come on, guys. Like, it doesn't cost that much. You know what I mean? It should be a much more fair payout, I feel like, and a much more fair percentage of what you're actually making them. Because at the end of the day, again, you are making these companies their money by putting your art on there. Even if you don't get that many views, like, that's still so that they still use your data to be able to say, well, we got this many people, and, your ads, they can get so much money off of just having you on there. So it's like, they really should be paying out a more fair rate. And I think the only way that we can fix this is to support each other and really, like, come together and talk about this and actually say something about it. Because, like, I think we're all thinking it, right? We've all gotten that Spotify check and been like, wow, that seems really light for the amount of plays I got. But, if nobody's talking about it, if nobody wants to make a noise about it, nothing's going to happen, right? Spotify and YouTube will just keep on going and going, well, no one's complaining, so we don't have to do anything about it. So I think it's really important to, bring this to light, because for every time that you say this, you're not just helping yourself, you're helping like all of us. Like me making this video is not just like for my own sake to like make more money on Spotify and YouTube. It's really like for the whole community so that we can all come together and benefit from this. And I think the key is, you got to support the artists you love in other ways. Like if they have merch and they have sample packs and lessons like I do, you just have to pick the ways to support the artists that really like go straight to them. And I think, that's also the beauty of the time we live in. Like in some ways you can deal with these big companies and get checks from YouTube and Spotify and stuff. But really, we do have all the avenues to set up ways for you to make money off your art that isn't just like getting a check from Spotify every month. So I think that's really important, is like find other ways as an artist for people to support you and get creative with it. Because if you have it there and there's people that want to support you, they will, especially since we all kind of know at this point like how bad Spotify and YouTube are paying out and how no one's making money off of those. It's like, yeah, of course people are going to want to support you if you give them a way to do it. And so you got to support the artists that you care about too. Like if someone's really helped you out, or if you just really enjoy someone's music, like buy their merch, buy their sample packs, get them to help you out, because it's just helping the community. And ultimately, I think that's how we're going to rise above, is these companies are going to realize that we don't actually need them because we're doing this whole ecosystem on our own. And we've found other ways for people to support us. And they're just going to kind of be left dead in the water, right? And I think eventually it'll get better. Like if we do this, if we come up with like good ways to support each other and we really do it and we really build that community, eventually, like I said, these companies are going to have to wake up and it's going to have to get better. I just think we might be in a little bit of a dark age for that because it's still so new, all this stuff, making money off Spotify and YouTube, it's still very new. It's a bit of the wild, wild west with that stuff right now. So it's like, we just have to be the ones that say something about it and do something. And yeah, so that's going to be it for this one, guys. I really just wanted to talk about this stuff that I think is really important. I think we really do need to talk about this more in the community. YouTube and Spotify are not paying anything to their creators. It's crazy. But yeah, if you can find smart ways for people to support you, or if you can support artists that you like in a more direct way, that's the move. Check out my sample packs at the top of the description, as well as my lessons, ghost production, and track finishing. These are all really great ways to support me, but it really supports you taking your tracks to the next level. If you grab some of those samples, if you get a lesson or a track finishing or a ghost production, I promise it'll take your career where you've been trying to get. This is the thing that you need. It's right here at the top of the description of this video. So go ahead and click those. Thank you so much for the support, everybody, and I'll see you tomorrow with another video.